Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, I'm back. I know, we're back. What's up, what's up? How's it going? That was rough. It's a rough start to our Monday. It can only get better from here, though, right? It can only get better from here. Back in business! That's right. That's right. No big deal. I'm just gonna chill here for a second. Hey, whoa, hey, yo, there we are, we're back. We're back, we're Becky. That took forever. I agree. It was rough. It was rough. It was just as bad on me as it was for you. It was just as bad for me as it was for you when we lost each other for a moment. I'm putting these on. I'm putting these on. And I gotta fix this camera. It's bothering me. Arrgh. Okay. There we go. All right. Hello. Hello. It's like we're really close. Really up close and personal here. Okay. Okay. No. Stop it. There we go. Nice. Thanks, Bill Gould. I appreciate it. So yeah, we had a reset. We had a little crashy crash. No big deal. And we're going to wait for a second. We're just going to chill and wait for some of the crew to come back. And we're also going to try to fix this camera some more, because this is just bothering me. I feel like I'm obsessing about it, but I need to fix it. Hello. Cheers. Cheers, good morning. What's happening over there? What's happening on your side of the world, my friends? Okay. I don't know if that's how I like it. Okay. I'm just going to have to let it go. I can't fix it right now. Hey, how's it going? All right, so we're waiting. We're chilling for a minute. We're just chilling for a minute about waiting. We're waiting. We're still waiting. That's right. We never get to really have I said this the other day on Sunday. We never really get to have a moment, you know? We never get to have a moment together. Usually I'm like yelling at you, or you're yelling at me, or something like that. Let's take a moment. We did this yesterday. We did it on Sunday. We're going to take a moment, and we're going to do a moment of silence. A moment of silence for all the people we've lost, for all the people that didn't make it this far, people that maybe let go too early, or maybe you losing some money on some bad trades, making some bad moves in some coins that weren't the smartest. Let's just take a moment of silence. Let's take a moment of silence for the people left behind. For the people left behind. A moment of silence, that's right. Starting right now. Yeah, that's hard. That's hard. We barely made it a minute. Yeah, you thought we were frozen again, didn't you? You kept looking at the timer like, is it frozen? Is it frozen? What happened? Yes, a moment of silence for those lost, for those left behind, for those that didn't hold, for those that maybe even you and I losing some monetaries, losing some monies on some bad moves, for those of us that we've let some coins go, they've slipped through the cracks. That moment of silence is for them. That's right. And sometimes I think we just need to pay homage to the people that have empowered us to be here right now. The people that have empowered us to be here right now. What a good moment. And Bill Gould just asked, how did you get into crypto? How did you get into crypto? That's a great question. And I'm going to go ahead and answer that question to just to relate here for a minute before we start the news. I know we're a few minutes late on our news at 11 thing, but just chill. So I grew up with Ross Albright, which some of you guys might know by name or not. We were in computer lab together, grew up with Ross Albright. I didn't really pay much attention to crypto when it came out. I knew a little bit about it. My friends were really, really into it. People were super, super all about it in my community. I didn't really care too much until my friend Ross got sent to prison for life. I remember the day I found out. About him being sentenced and caught, etc., etc. And I remember, paying a little more attention to Bitcoin then. Paying a little bit more attention to Bitcoin after my friend Ross got put away for life. So I paid attention to it like a little bit more after that, but I really wasn't that financially invested in it. People would give me some, and people would be like, I would still talk about it with people. It was still a very common discussion with my nerdy friends growing up. I grew up with a lot of really smart people, very smart coders, very smart engineers, etc. People who were just, really smart, really cool people. And we're all super dorks, right? The biggest losers in high school possible. Building like luge boards, on Friday night to go and luge the Toys R Us hill. So I knew about it a long time ago. I wasn't really financially invested in it until possibly some of the FOMO that happened like about a year ago. About when it started running up, I started paying more attention to it. And I got to give a shout out to my boy Pablo, who definitely was way more into it at that moment in time than I was. He's just like super excited about talking to me about Bitcoin Cash all the time. And he's pretty much one of the ones that really kind of helped me pay more attention to it about a year ago when I was on the fence still, pretty aware of the possibilities and some of the political movements. But really, at that moment in time a year ago, I never thought I'd be here right now, because crypto had such a different stigma around it then. Crypto had such a different ethos around it. You probably wouldn't go live with your own face to the public and say like, hey, I'm into crypto. I think this is a great, it was a totally different community then. It was totally different. So it's a trip to see this evolution, to see me here live talking about crypto. It's kind of crazy. But that's how I got in. That's how I knew about it a while ago. So what's going on? Let's look at the news. Let's talk about this. What's happening today? A lot of really good XRP news, and XRP price is still falling. That's kind of what I've been suggesting for, I think, months and months and months now. And I'm afraid that maybe some, all, none, maybe some did not take me seriously. I know there's a lot of good news coming out around XRP, but I think that good news is almost like forming a resistance level for the price. Like, it's not causing FOMO. It's not causing a price skyrocket. The good news around XRP is literally that's our barrier of resistance to the price drop. We probably would see the price drop further if it wasn't for all this good news pending and dropping around XRP. So potentially where we are now, I just refreshed my coin market cap. Bitcoin's down 6,329. Ethereum's right at 300. It's right at 300. That's crazy. XRP right under 29, right under 30 cents at 29 cents, and Bitcoin Cash headed back down to 555. EOS under $5. So that's pretty exciting to look at. How do you lock or keep your digital assets safe? That's a cold wallet. Yo, hey yo, how's it going? Mr. Miyagi, what's up? Shrick93 is asking how to keep your coins offline. Keeping your coins offline is considered a cold wallet. The Nano S is a cold wallet, right? That's why we always tell you guys, grab the Nano with my link, put your holdings on there, and put it somewhere safe. Maybe in like a floor safe or in a safety deposit box. So potentially, yeah, the cold wallet's way safer. The difference between a cold wallet and a hot wallet is just if it's connected to the internet, right? If it's a cold wallet, it's basically not connected to the internet. If it's a hot wallet, it means it has an active connection to the internet. Why the glasses, though? These are called blue blockers. They help block blue light from a screen. They help your eyes not become fatigued from looking at computer screens all day. Also, because they look cool. Jake says, is it safe to store in Binance? I love Binance, and I trust Binance a lot, but anything that Binance holds for you is really just something that they're crediting to your account. You never know when that's going to change or what would happen with your funds if something unforeseeable happens. So in reality, I usually say, and I think a lot of other crypto influencers also say, you don't own your funds unless you have your private keys, unless you don't, if it's on an exchange, you don't really own it because they've basically given you an account access to funds that they own. So yeah, no, you don't really You don't really hold the private key for that, and so that's most people would say no, don't keep them that way. I know some people say, I know a guy who's very, very adamant about he trusts exchanges more. And he's like, I don't know if I'm going to lose my Ledger Nano. I don't know if I'm going to break it or not. He's like, honestly, I trust exchanges more with my funds. I think that's a risky position to be in. I personally trust myself more with the cold wallet than I trust an exchange. But I can respect his position. He says, like, I don't know where we're headed with this. I trust exchanges enough to keep a good majority on exchanges. I think he has a cold wallet too. I think he just does both. So potentially, what's happening with that? What's happening with all of this news? Spread the Standard is asking, why do so many people hate on Ripple for owning 59% of the supply? Jed owns 80% of XLM and no one's complaining. I think that's a really good question, and I think that boils back to the conversation that I'm always referencing, this like abstract crypto conversation that's taking place around the world, and it's taking place at water coolers, it's taking place in taxi cabs, it's taking place in bars and restaurants. And what's happening is, people are highlighting the fact that Ripple Labs owns 60% of the supply of XRP because most people know that, because most people have made it a point to highlight that as an issue with XRP. But in reality, no one's seen that as an issue with XLM because we haven't been highlighting XLM's problems. XLM hasn't hit a really high all-time FOMO run and then come back. If it did, people would probably be looking into why is it possibly dangerous, and then we'd have more people discussing Jed not only owns 80%, but they have some kind of coin creation system where they can just create coins forever, I think, or they just do. They can. I have no idea what kind of coin creation system they're using, but it's pretty scandalous. It's pretty scandalous. So that's a good question. Thank you for asking. And earlier today, I retweeted something on Twitter. I retweeted something on what? What was it? Oh yeah, Twitter. It was Clara B. Hey, Clara, there you are. It was Clara B posting something about market manipulation, and I retweeted it. I thought, yeah, this is pretty legit. Also, Clara B asking right now, is Uphold insured? That's another good point too. Is like, if they're insured, do they cover your losses if it's taken, et cetera, et cetera. Good things to look at. Possibly things to be aware of moving forward. And we have that video coming out later today. The crypto exit strategy. I've taken a good amount of time to make this the one all-inclusive crypto exit strategy video on YouTube. So that's exciting, I think. Honestly, looking at XRP under 29 cents and Ethereum at $300, I'm feeling a little bit better about my big purchases I made last week. XRP dropped under 40 cents, and I just threw a huge pile of Ethereum into XRP, and then XRP dropped faster than Ethereum, which actually kind of brings us to our first article. Let's get started. Good morning, and welcome to Crypto News. Here we are. The XRP, oh, this is not the one. Wrong article. We'll look at that too. XRP becomes the biggest loser. And this is kind of funny that I said, yesterday I literally said in the stream, losing is important. We said this yesterday in the stream. Losing is important. You know why? Because it shows you what you need to work on. It shows you what you need to build on and what you need to prove on. And I know this is a very abstract concept. I'm not saying this strictly relates to XRP right now in its position in the crypto market. But I think it's interesting to look at this headline saying XRP becomes the biggest loser in the market among the top 10. And we can read through and cite what they're saying. But in reality, I think this is fine. And I'm afraid you guys didn't really take me seriously when I said this a few months ago, that SBI is going to go live, XRapid's still going to be in the mystery phase, and people are going to be wondering, why is XRP price slipping? And they're going to start letting go of their positions and losing faith. And it will be silent. It will be a silent faith loss, right? People aren't going to jump on Twitter and be like, I've given up on XRP now, and I sold all my positions, and I hate you all. That's not going to happen. They're going to silently fade into the background. And I told you guys this is going to happen. I'm afraid this is what's going to happen because, in reality, I just don't think you guys were prepared for the price momentum to not take off yet. The price momentum is not heading in the positive direction. Referencing that Yale article, the only two factors that affect price right now, the only two factors, hype, speculative hype, and price momentum. And they're both not in our favor. So, XRP, why are you down? Because, just straight because. If you look at the information around the market, it's a simple because of all of these facts. Not a big mystery. Not a really big mystery there for me. Let's look at some other articles really quick. We'll come back if that's interesting. In rare decision, ICO founders will delay crypto payday for a decade. What? What? No. Don't do it. Don't do it. In an industry that's become synonymous with fast cash, patience can be a rare commodity. And I know we've said this before, we'll reference it again. Warren Buffett talking about the stock market is literally a system to transfer wealth from the impatient to the patient. I was talking to a friend yesterday on Facebook, and he was like saying something about, oh man, renting is so much better than buying a house. He's a yoga teacher. I really like him. He's cool. He's like, renting so much better than buying a house, etc., etc. And I'm like, wait, no, it's not. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and millennials fall for it the most, I think. Not really checking information or checking facts. They just like click a headline or a title of an article, and they're like, makes sense to me. I read it on Vox. So him referencing the idea like, I'm not going to buy a house ever. It's not an investment. There's no patience there. He doesn't want to pay more now because I don't know why. Like paying more now to make money later is way smarter than just paying money forever for a rental. I don't know. We can go into that. The whole real estate thing we can go into separately. But look at this as patience is a rare commodity. And this is the same for every industry. Every industry. Patience is a rare commodity. So what's happening here? A little discussion announced last week with the Nebulous project, powered by the top 100 cryptocurrency NAS, all the more remarkable. The team behind the protocol today, valued at $64 million, will now voluntarily wait a decade before they can get their hands on the blockchain tokens they'll earn for their labor, 7 years longer than they had originally planned. So looking at them pushing back their tokens that they will receive, it's an interesting idea. It's an interesting concept. I don't know what their plan here is. Maybe kind of like the XRP plan where they're like ensuring their token holders, guys, we're not going to dump these right now into the market. We'll hold them for a long, long time. That's pretty much the gist. That's the gist of that article. Blockchain, social network mines, is migrating to Ethereum for launch. This is such an interesting moment. We're at such an interesting moment in time. We have like people still. I see companies every day coming into this space, and they're like, "I'm launching a token. I'm launching an ERC20 token. It's gonna be great." And then Ethereum, sure, the price is dropping. Yeah, transaction fees are spiking, and the price is dropping. So it seems like it's only a matter of time before people realize, like, maybe we want to build on something else. But not now. Not yet. Right now, they're still building on Ethereum. So the blockchain-based social network Minds is migrating its platform to the Ethereum network. The startup announced today, momentarily ago. After roughly 4.5 years on the Rinkeby testnet. So they've been using the testnet for 4 years. The startup will be moving to the Ethereum for its full live launch. The firm claims to provide a censorship-resistant, accessible social network for users, especially those in potential authoritarian nations. This is big stuff. Basically saying, like, boom, this is a big deal. Let's look at what this means for social media with blockchain, et cetera, moving forward. So excited to see how this works. Excited to see how the launch goes for them. They've been building it for 4 years on the testnet. 4 years on the testnet. That's crazy, right? Very crazy. So someone just said that XRP dropped another cent this morning, down to 28. It's not on my feed yet. It's not on my coin market cap yet. I believe you, it's not here. We looked at XRP. We didn't look at this yet. XRP is listed on Netcoins, available for purchase in over 21,000 retail locations. This is probably one of the biggest things today. This and like there's something about SBI doing something with a bunch of banks. We're looking at that next. We'll look at that next. XRP listed on Netcoins. What does this mean? What is Netcoins? I found this too. Netcoins Lists XRP. What's really crazy is they call it Ripple. They said they're pleased to announce that they have listed Ripple, available for immediate purchase via our over-the-counter private brokerage service business and 21,000 retail locations in Australia, Europe, and Canada to purchase Ripple now. Are they purchasing XRP? Someone should tell them. This is a great moment to highlight this. They literally are listing XRP right now today. They're listing XRP today, and they're still saying Ripple is currently ranked number 3 by market cap. As per Ripple.com, Ripple provides one frictionless experience to send money globally using power of blockchain. So you can see this is exactly what we're talking about. The conversation, this abstract conversation about RippleNet, Ripple Labs, XRP, crypto, blockchain, all these things. There's a lot. There's a lot of confusion and misinformation. So they're still calling it Ripple. They're still calling it Ripple. They literally just announced this today. They're calling this Ripple. I don't think I brought it up yet, but I'm pretty sure I saw another article about SBI doing something with a bunch of banks today. And also coming out today was who is this? Oshex? Collex. I tried to call it Oshex. Collex reporting that their remittance services with Ripple basically save them money. It works. RippleNet works, guys. Holy bejesus. This is crazy. I can't believe it works. Wow. No one really would have thought. No one thought this was going to happen, but they did it. They did it. They pulled it together. That's right. Ripple and Collex have been perfecting their remittance partnership since early 2018 when Collex first began using XRapid and XRP on its platform. This is what I don't understand. Like, I'm so back and forth about this. You know, like, what is this? This literally came out today, and they're talking about Collex being live with XRapid. And I've said that in the past. I was like, yeah, I think Collex is live with XRapid. Someone was like, no, XRapid's not live yet. And I was like, maybe it's not live like for everyone, or maybe it's not live like for anybody. I don't know. There's so much that we don't know, and no one's telling us. That's kind of like one of the funny things about all those news articles, like doing the Weiss Binance thing right now. Like, I did a video about that yesterday because I just thought that's ridiculous. You know, like, you don't see any actual reputable news sources covering that, right? I mean, they're all just a bunch of like half newses. I don't know. B news sources, whatever. So, Collex is very small. Yeah, Collex is very small. Definitely, they're very small. I'm not saying that they have effect on the price. I'm just saying, yeah, exactly. Richard Binder, I agree that they are very small. They have very low volume. I'm saying that they've been live for a long time. You know, so that's something to think about. Something to think about. This is something that Peter tweeted at me. Kung Fu. Has anyone mentioned Binance on the RippleNet map before, or am I seeing it now? I went and looked on the Ripple topology map, and I couldn't find it. I went and looked. I couldn't find that on here. I don't know if I don't know what I did wrong or what, but I don't see it. I don't see it. That's a good point, though. You know, like, why wouldn't they run their own validator? Makes sense to me. I found this. It's pretty exciting. Countries and organizations using RippleNet. This is a pretty interactive map that I think is pretty exciting. Has a lot of different businesses and countries using RippleNet, joining RippleNet, powering RippleNet, supporting RippleNet, using RippleNet, RippleNet. Sounds kind of like Skynet. Don't say anything. So also looking at the news, I think SBI did something today with a bunch of banks, and I don't know. Let's look at SBI today. SBI today. I swear I just saw something about XRP and SBI. Okay, well, I don't know where that went. I'm going to look for it in a second. Until we find that, we're going to look at this sweet retweet by none other than yours truly. I retweeted Clara B's post earlier. It was this thing. Market manipulation. Is it real? Let's watch. Let's find out.
Meaning I needed it down. I would create a level of activity beforehand that could drive the futures. It doesn't take much money. Similarly, if I were long and I would want to make things a little bit rosy, I would go in and take a bunch of stocks and make sure that they're higher, and maybe commit $5 million in capital to do it, and I could affect it. What you're seeing now is it probably is bigger market now. Maybe you need $10 million in capital to knock the stuff down, but it's a fun game and it's a lucrative game, and you can move it up and then fade it. That's often creates a very negative feel. So let's say you take a longer term view intraday, and you say boost the futures, and then when the real sellers come in, real market comes in, they're going to knock it down. It's going to create a negative view. That's a strategy very worth doing when you're valued on a day-to-day basis. And I would encourage anyone who's in the hedge fund game to do it because it's legal,
right?
And it is a very quick way to make money and very satisfying.
Okay.
By the way, no one else in the world would ever admit that, but I don't care.
That's right, and you can say that here.
I can't. I'm not going to say it on TV. So let's say I was short. What I would do is I would hit a lot of guys with rim. Now you can't foment. That's in violation of you can't foment. You can't create yourself an impression that a stock's down. But you do it anyway because the SEC doesn't understand it. So that's the only sense that I would say this is illegal. But a hedge fund, it's not and these are all what's really going on in the market that you don't see.
Right. Nobody else talks about it.
But what's important when you're in...
I don't know if you guys can hear that very well because audio is not that clean. But basically what's being said is that there's a lot of manipulative tactics taking place inside these hedge funds and a lot of these traditional investment systems. And the SEC doesn't even really have any way to control or monitor or do anything about that. And that's just because of the way they've learned how to kind of work the system to their benefit. So looking at as I've said before, I said this 6 months ago, 7 months ago, they're looking at how to really tie a lot of these systems together. Right? This is a very, very big process. This is a very big deal. There's millions and billions of people's lives being affected by these systems and the changes that will take place. So there's a lot happening here. I think that there's a lot that they're trying to do right, if that was a thing that you first see possible. They're trying to do it right. They're trying to make sure it works. So that's, potentially there's a lot to be done still, and a lot that we're not being told. I think that's fine. I think that there's a lot potentially that we aren't informed about, that we don't know about, but we can see enough data just from the partnerships being developed and from the money moving in and out. And the reality is that as of right now, just like I was speculating, XRP is taking a hit. XRP is taking a pretty big hit. They're definitely down, but not too bad. It's not too bad. If we look at the market cap, we have not lost our third place position to Bitcoin Cash. That's pretty strong. It's pretty strong. I kind of thought we might have lost that position by now, and we haven't. So that's good news. And I think a lot of the good news we see coming out about the RippleNet partnerships, SBI, the news I was trying to look for, I probably won't. I don't even know if I'm going to look for it and find it. I'll leave something for Alex to do because we're besties now. I got to look out for him so he has something to cover. But SBI now making partnerships, really developing RippleNet. This is not necessarily a guarantee for XRapid or XRapid launch or XRapid use, as we've covered in the past. RippleNet's a very big, complex system, and obviously not every part of it uses XRP. But again, looking at the potential as their entire RippleNet's a stepping stone for the arrival of XRapid. So honestly, I'm not too concerned. I know people were speculating, when will it come up? When will it go down? I don't know. It's hard to say up or down moving forward. I will happily accept a 25-cent XRP. I will happily play for a week in 25-cent XRPs. I don't know if you're down for that, but I'm down. I'm pretty down. I'm thinking $2,500 for 10,000 of them, $250 for 1,000 XRP. Heck, right now, why even wait? Why even worry about that extra 40 or 400 bucks? $2,900, 10,000 XRP, $290, 1,000 XRP right now. That's crazy. Just thinking about when I was fighting to get money into some of these coins when they were double this price. I was clamoring over Ethereums and XRPs when they were double this price. And so it was rough. I definitely took a huge chunk of my Ethereum and turned it into XRP right around under 40 cents. And then I saw XRP kind of take a continual drop further than Ethereum. So I was like, no, I kind of lost a little bit of money on that. I should have waited maybe. I could have got more XRP with my Ethereum since I just took a huge chunk of Ethereum and turned it into XRP. But then now looking, they've kind of caught up to each other. It would have been the same. It's like the same now as it would have been, 300 to 30 cents. And for a minute there, it was like 350 to 30 cents. So what does that mean? What are we looking at moving forward? If we look at the volume for these, you can see that Ethereum Classic is still above XRP, but not by very much. Litecoin's up above Ethereum Classic. Bitcoin Cash is up. EOS is up there. Ethereum volume's actually up. So even though the price is down, the volume's up right now. And looking at the possibility for, like that social engineering mind or whatever, running on their testnet, running on the Riplimply testnet for 4 years and just now launching, that's crazy. That's a big thing. That's a big thing for them. Good morning, Farshad. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Good morning. I appreciate you, Farshad. I needed that support right then in that moment. Yeah, spread the standard. That's right. Alex and I are besties now. I just decided. He's like, I hate Kung Fu. Yo, Peter. What's up? Old news. Me too. I'm down. 4 for $1. Exactly. 4 for $1. No big deal. Smash that like button, my friends. Smash it all. 185 people in the room. Let's smash the like button. Smash it. Hit subscribe. All the things. Click some links. When XRP goes into utility phase, there's no turning back. No turning back. We'll never see this price this low again. Ralph Raymond. My boy, Ralph Raymond. Pew, pew. Pew, pew. I agree 100%. I keep thinking that it will turn back and we'll never see these prices again. And then I tell my friends that, and then they put money in at 60 cents, and then look at us now. Okay? So sorry, friends, that I suggested you get in at 60 cents. Honestly, we have no idea how low it'll go. I'd like to think that a lot of the resistance we see in these prices are really just based around the speculative hype news that we keep seeing, and it's hard to say. I'm not really sure. It's a tough break out there. It's a tough break. So I was thinking about moving to Malta. What do you guys think? Moving to Malta. It's pretty crazy, right? Should we move to Malta? Is it a good idea to move to Malta? 36 shocking pros and cons of moving to Malta. I was like, man, should I do it? I'll be right in the middle of everything. It'll be really sweet. And plus, there's all these like crypto businesses moving there. The only problem I found is that when I asked, should I move to Malta? I said, should I move to Malta to Reddit? And someone said, no. They say, don't do it. It's horrible. It's a hellhole. It's a polluted hellhole. Everyone's rude and arrogant. Coming from Austin, that doesn't sound very nice. People are nice in Austin. People are really nice in Austin. Like, people in Austin are too nice. They're so nice that whenever I moved somewhere else, a lot of other places, if you're too nice to people, they either think you're trying to sell them something or have sex with them. So it's rough. Like you're standing next to someone at the bus stop, you try to chat with them, and they're like, why are you talking? It's like, dude, we're both standing here at the bus stop. We're both just standing here at the bus stop, okay? Like, fine, I'll pretend like you don't exist. Let's pretend like neither one of us exists. That sounds great. Let's just continue with that forever. So it doesn't sound that exciting. If they're not very nice there, I'm taking back my plan. I don't know if that sounds that exciting. So Netcoins lists Ripple. Probably one of the bigger things today was the Netcoins listing Ripple. What does that mean they listed XRP. They say they're listing Ripple, but they listed XRP. This is also really big today, and something we're going to need to cover before we get to just hang out. Here is how citizens of Turkey are buying XRP to hedge against declining lira currency. And this is the pinnacle of what's happening. Right here. Citizens of Turkey are buying XRP to hedge against declining lira currency. And there's a great degree of you and I finding utility in XRP. You and I being able to potentially really benefit from XRP moving forward. But in reality, there's people around the world that are so much so in need of things that are kind of like inalienable rights, like a store of value, an access to a store of value. And this is something that I think we're going to see highlighted over and over again, and it'll only compound interest into these functioning coded currencies, right? Looking at how to eventually arrive at the understanding is why we want to have a coded currency that's not ruined with fractional reserve banking and debt. So potentially, what does this mean? Well, how are citizens of Turkey buying XRP to hedge against the declining lira? Just simply like that. Simply as simple as that. Turning their dollars into anything other than what they were so that they can potentially hedge against losses. And I think this is exciting. So Turkish financial turmoil is headed for a second week after we saw local currency of the lira drop by 25% in the past month. Majority of this decline was witnessed within a span of 24 hours. That's the biggest part right there. That's the biggest part that really scares me. Inside 24 hours, looking at that, some huge amount of loss happening inside 24 hours. Imagine that happening to anyone. Like, this is why people are calling this is a huge moment. This is a huge moment. Because if you didn't diversify, if you're not holding something other than your collapsing, state currency, then you are in big trouble. You're in big trouble. Mainly because you're pretty much trapped. Mainly because you basically have no way out. That's scary. That's what's scary. And this can happen to anyone at any time in any currency. Yeah, I know. You might think like, no, he's not talking to me. No, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. It could happen to anyone, anytime, any currency. Because we've built all these fraudulent systems. We built all these fraudulent systems. They're not built on a solid foundation. They're not built on a solid foundation. So people obviously still really just looking to understand where we're headed here. Where are we headed? Well, what are we doing?
For your ticket to Malta. Thanks for the content.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. D, I appreciate your support. It means a lot. I will definitely be headed to Malta, even if it's just for a visit. I'm gonna go check it out. There's a lot of crypto companies interested in that space. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Spread the Standard is got a good point. How is the U.S. dollar not collapsed? It's a pretty finicky position that we're in. Basically, looking at the quantitative easing and the soft power of a global reserve. Those two right there. There's the only two things you need to worry about for how does the U.S. dollar still maintain its position: soft power and quantitative easing. But that's not going to last forever. It's not going to be lasting forever. And in fact, it's kind of exciting, to say the least, that these systems showed up just at the right time. These systems showed up just at the right time for us to possibly save the world from the next financial collapse. And with it, that pretty much saves a lot of poor people. Poor people are suffering already. They're definitely going to suffer a lot more once fiats collapse further. They're already headed downhill. So it's pretty dangerous to look at this. Like, what's happening? Yeah, there's a reality that, people around the world do not understand the potential of these failing systems. What does that mean? Hedging your investments really by getting into anything. Really, hedging your investments by getting into anything is smart. And then highlighting this last little blurb here, could XRP end up being a global currency? XRP definitely has the volume in terms of coins in circulation to sustain global demand. The circulating supply stands at 39.299 billion. XRP, John Pierce, thank you so much.
Cheers to all the XRP holders and KFN bringing the news.
Woo! John Pierce, thank you so much. I appreciate you. It means a lot. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers to everyone. Cheers to all of you. I'm so proud of each and every one of you for paying attention. Honestly, it takes energy and it takes time out of your day and it takes effort on your part to stay up to date with all this stuff. And for that, I applaud you. I know you guys, you use every resource possible. You guys use every resource possible. And for that, I applaud and appreciate each and every one of you. I know a lot of you guys like to hit up, Alex and CK and all the other influencers, and I think that's important. I applaud you. I respect everyone for doing their due diligence, doing your own research, and really kind of trying to put the dots together, asking the right questions. Sometimes you guys ask the best questions. Very, very cool. Very good stuff. This reminds me of one of my favorite martial art books. And I reference this book a lot when I'm talking about people learning something new. The book is called Steal My Art. It's a Tai Chi book about a Tai Chi master, one of the oldest Tai Chi masters ever. And he basically has a book called Steal My Art. And the idea of the book is that he's literally trying to teach. He's trying to give all of his information to his students. He's doing his best. He's doing his due diligence to teach all of his information, all of his skills to his students. But he tells his students, your goal is to steal my art. In order to capture the mysterious art that he's giving away, he says you need to be like a thief in the night, right? You're not retreating back too far, and you're not charging too eagerly forward. You're in this perfect position to kind of pick up things as they're being dropped. So he says, steal my art, as in like take the time to look around and try to take what I am offering, but also take what I'm not even offering. Take what I'm not even offering. So I applaud you guys for being here, for doing the work, for putting the time in. It takes time and effort. And I believe no matter what you are doing right now, putting time and effort into this space right now will reward you in the future. I think no matter what position you're in, I think no matter what amount of coins you're holding, or no matter what coins you're into, I think no matter what, putting time and effort into this space right now is going to be very rewarding for you in the future. So I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for us. Cheers. And thank you, John Pierce. I appreciate it. It means a lot. It means a lot. John and Farshad. Thank you. Mondays and Dazam. John, Farshad, and Dazam powering Monday. Here we are. Could XRP end up being a global currency? Could XRP be a global currency? So comparing the figures with the US dollar, there is currently 1.67 trillion in circulation globally. To cover this demand, XRP would be valued at around $42, which is a high possibility using the circulating supply figures of both assets. There is also the added benefit that Ripple Company has partnered with over 50 global central banks. This would further the cause of XRP being a global currency in the future. A lot of things add to this support. A lot of things keep adding to the potential of XRP as a global. I'm not going to say global currency. I'm going to say global standard, because I think that makes more sense. I think that makes more sense looking forward. It's becoming a standard. Becoming a standard of technology, a standard of exchanges, a standard of payment rails. So it's kind of exciting, honestly. It's kind of exciting. And yeah, spread the standards right. It's kind of weird how Fed and Ripple and IMF are all just kind of buddying up right now. No big deal. No big deal. So pretty exciting things to look at. Possibly one of the bigger things to drop today. Also with the XRP listed on Netcoins in 21,000 retail locations. I'm still kind of like trying to understand that. Does this mean you can like walk into a store and purchase XRP? That's what it sounds like, doesn't it? That's what it sounds like. Pretty exciting stuff. A really, really positive news Monday. I think a lot of really good news today for Monday. And again, seeing a very strong disconnect between the price of these coins and the news surrounding them. So Bitcoin dominance is up still. We see Bitcoin dominance increasing towards 52%. And, well, it just actually literally this moment when I refreshed, Bitcoin dominance just hit 52%. The highest it's been all year. Bitcoin dominance just went up to 52%. I just broke my pen. BTC dominance up to 52%. Ethereum being dumped. XRP being dumped. Ethereum's down hardcore right now. Ethereum's down hardcore. And that's kind of rough because I kind of thought Ethereum would have a stronger position right now with so many enterprise solutions being built on it. I kind of waited. I waited, as in IEGH. I waited because I kind of thought Ethereum was going to go up a little more. But, man, BTC really kind of holding on to its position there and looking at the dominance increasing as Ethereum even slides. That's crazy. I know. We Fly High says Ethereum's trash right now. I'm glad I sold it into BTC. Did something happen to Ethereum that I don't know about? Why is it trash right now? How can the dominance increase but the price still go down? That's another really good question. It means that money is exiting the market and also exiting altcoins and headed to BTC. So XRP headed down, Ethereum headed down, other altcoins headed down, and that basically means as altcoins lose position, as people leave altcoins, as people leave these positions in altcoins and head into BTC, BTC gains dominance. As people leave the market entirely, the entire market drops. So that's how that happens. It's rough. I know it's hard to see it happen. I know it's challenging. Guys. Believe me. Believe you me. And yeah, if you guys are wondering what's happening, Farshad, thank you.
August 2nd, TH Japan SBI going live with XRP. XRP with hit over $10 in the next few months.
There you go. There you go, guys. You heard it from Farshad first. SBI going live with XRP. XRP, it will hit over $10 in the next few months. And this is one of those things. I think someone else just said something similar. In 2 weeks, we'll see $2. Who said that? Somebody else said that. Wherever you went. So what do you guys think about this? What are the prices of XRP headed forward? When will we see a turnaround? When will we see a bottom? These are really important questions to a lot of us, I know. And honestly, I think if you're confused, that might be good. It might be good. If you're confused, it means that you're starting to look around and ask questions like, wait, what if I don't know what's happening? If you think you definitely know what's happening, that's scary. I don't know how you know that, but wow, tell us. It's hard. I believe you me, it's hard. You can be one of the best analysts of the game, and it's still hard to know where we're headed and what's happening. But again, looking at the prices as of now, what's the possibility for XRP to hit its all-time high? That's the only question I'm going to ask you is what's the possibility of XRP to make it back to its all-time high? That's a times 10. That's a simple times 10 gain. No big deal. So if you believe in XRP to go back to its all-time high above $3, is that something that you're interested in? Are you acquiring XRP while it's under 30 cents? I said this yesterday and the day before. I'm buying as much as possible. I'm working as much as possible, grinding to literally acquire as many coins as I can at this price. I said this, I think, last week. Anything under 40 cents is a steal. Ethereum under 300. Bitcoin Cash under 555, XRP under 30 cents. You know, really crazy stuff, honestly. Cardano down to 10 cents. Bonkers, guys. Complete bonkers. You could buy 10,000 Cardano for $1,000. 1,000 Cardano for $100. That's insanity. I did see someone tweet this morning, retweet, they've sold all their ADA to get XRP because ADA is not the base of anything. And I was like, bold move, my friend. I stand by it, though. I do agree ADA is not the base of anything right now, and XRP is simply the base of everything, it looks like. XRP the base. XRP the base for everything. So I think there's a moment right now where we kind of are asking ourselves, like, well, what's happening? What's happening? Yeah, exactly. Ed and Clara B are right. It's buy time. It's buy time until it's not. Buy time till it's not. I use this a lot. This is one of my favorite little places to check in. bitinfocharts.com. bitinfocharts.com. I just like to click on the bottom. We click on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. And let's just those top three. Let's just go check it out. What are we looking at? Average transaction fee. Okay, let's look at average transaction fee. I know we look at this all the time, but here it is. Average transaction fees for XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. So you can see that XRP isn't even on here. It's like at the very bottom. Not really any cost for transaction fees on XRP. But you can definitely notice that there's some spikes here in Ethereum. So Ethereum seeing some spikes, some that we have never seen before. I don't think we have crossed a new threshold where BTC dominance is up, Ethereum average transactions are above Bitcoin's. This is crazy. This is crazy. So looking at these positions, like these understanding these charts really helps me feel support in XRP, and also still recognizing the momentum that we're headed in, and recognizing the hype around the coin right now. I can support Steven saying, he thinks it's going to go lower. I know it's hard to say it will, and I don't know. 29 cents, 28 cents might be the bottom. I saw someone this morning say 30 cents is the bottom, and then we just dropped into 29 right as that happened. So I think, as I said earlier in the video, earlier today in the live stream, I think a lot of our resistance levels right now are created around the hype and the news of the pairings of XRP and RippleNet to bank partners. I think that's offering us a good level of resistance to the price slipping further down. I'm only going to say this as many times as you guys need to hear it. Don't let the price of it affect your decision about its utility. If the price drops to a penny, that is insanity. Let's just call us all Roger Ver. I mean, if it drops to a penny, that is bonkers. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it'll go that low. I don't think it'll go below 20, honestly. I don't think it'll go below 24 maybe. But that's still potentially crazy. It's still crazy. And Steven might have been one of the guys, like when I was looking at my Robinhood stock app, and thanks to all of you guys that have joined with my link. Because of that, I've gotten some free stock, as well as you have gotten free stock. Basically, I was looking at inside one day, I had about $7 of fluctuation inside 24 hours. That's a lot. That's a lot of fluctuation inside 24 hours. Honestly, this is crazy. This is crazy to talk about, but imagine that you added a zero and that fluctuation wasn't 7, it was 70. Let's add 2 zeros. That fluctuation is not 70, it's 700. So, you have $10,000 in holdings, and you move up and down inside the day of 24 hours, and you can lose $700. Add another zero. You're at $100,000 holdings. You potentially have a 7,000 volatility window, a 7K volatility window. So people who understand these cycles and understand these metrics and understand how to make money in these volatile markets, they've been jockeying positions and taking gains all week. And that's why I have that video coming out called Crypto Exit Strategy. It talks about the long-term exit strategy, but it also talks about this short-term trading strategy that basically looks at, like, how are whales still making money in a bear market? How do people still make money in a bear market? I think that's one of the questions that no one's asking right now, because believe you me, a lot of people that are just holding long-term are hurting, but people are making money right now. Whales, normally. Because they understand the metrics and they understand the possibility for them to really play off of the volatility. So what does that mean? What does that mean? It means that they saw the potential of this drop way before a lot of us did. When it started plummeting at 40 cents, that's when they let go of those positions. They let go of portions of those positions knowing the opportunity ahead. They possibly could see it dropping lower. This is, again, people, you got to think about this as an ethos position, right? You got to think of this as a bait. So many times I want to say this. Complex ideas. Let's boil them down. We need the simple principle of the idea to discuss. Trading, long-term holding. Trading doesn't help the company. Trading helps the individual making money on the trades, right? It's kind of hurting the company, that day trading volatility. Long-term holding helps the company. So, maybe you're really supportive of Ripple Labs and you're long-term holding because like, this is probably better for the company. It's probably better for the long term. Maybe you're short-term goal-oriented and you don't care about Ripple Labs or XRP or anybody other than yourself, and you have a bunch of money in it. You're just playing the market. You're just making money. So it's pretty interesting to look at. It's pretty interesting to look at where we are and what's happening and why people are in different camps. Like, everybody's in a different position than you are. So you need to learn how to take care of yourself. You need to learn how to look at what's working for you and, like, what you can do right now. And that's why I think that video is pretty hard to do, the crypto exit strategy, because each one of you has such a specific, unique case. And I say this in the video. I say this in my crypto exit strategy video, but I'm going to tell you guys right now in the live stream. If you guys have accumulated a good degree of wealth in crypto, and you're asking yourself, what's my crypto exit strategy? You should probably go hire a professional. You should probably go get a lawyer or a personal accountant or a personal financier, a fiduciary. They will probably be able to help you make those decisions based off of where you specifically are with your holdings and your funds and your sub-region, etc. So I know it's really interesting to look at what's happening moving forward and where are we going to go. I have no idea. Honestly, like a few months ago, 6 months ago, Ashton Kutcher and his hedge fund, whatever, Sound Capital, they took a pretty big position in XRP. You never know. Ashton Kutcher could be at a party tonight. Ashton Kutcher could be like, hey, let's do a Monday night Margarita Mondays. We used to do those in Austin. Margarita Mondays! And everyone get together at a house party. Maybe Ashton Kutcher goes to a house party today. Maybe he's chatting with his friends. Maybe he chats with someone who's like, yeah, I just got like a huge inheritance. I don't know what to do with it. Ashton's like, yo, bro. You ever heard of XRP? You're like, I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities out there. There's a lot of possibilities. Chaos theory is real. I'm not going to say it's going to drop for sure because I don't know. Tonight, Ashton Kutcher could tell someone XRP is legit. They could have an extra $2 billion sitting in a bank somewhere. They don't want it in the bank anymore. They dump it into XRP. That would be quite a bull run. That would be quite a bull run. I know people are speculating like, no, smart money's waiting for it to go lower. Who is smart money? Who is smart money? Tell me where they are. Tell me where they are. So I have no idea where it's going to go. I can't call up or down on it. We definitely see the price slipping as we said it would. We said this would happen weeks ago, so I'm not surprised. I'm kind of excited if it gets to 25 cents and it can stay there for a week because I'll get my paycheck. Pew, 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 pew. And excited about that. So looking at throwing my my marketing real estate earnings into this, it's rough though, especially when you like really start to ask yourself like, I'm about to put like $10,000 into this thing that's just going down and down and down. If I put it in at 25 cents and it goes to 12 cents, I just lost half my money. So it's rough, it's rough. And that's kind of like one of the weird things about this. It's a zero-sum game. It's a coded store of value functioning on a zero-sum game, right? So potentially, what that means is it functions on the greater fool theory. If you can time the bottom, like if you know right when the bottom is, that means you've met the perfect pinnacle. It's like surfing, right? Have anybody been surfing? There's like a precise point on the wave where you're not falling backwards and you're not falling forwards into the wave. You're riding that motherfucker. Sorry about that time I cursed. You're riding it, right? That's the spot. That's the precise spot you want to be in, riding that wave. That's like calling the bottom on the crypto market. Like if you can call the bottom, it's like knowing this precise moment where resistance and opportunity come together. If you can hit that bottom, that's a guaranteed, right? Guaranteed up from there. The problem is that no one knows how to time the market. No one can time the market. So exactly. Thank you, Crypto Bird Dog. You're right. 100% correct. You only lose if you sell. You're only at a loss if you sell. But in reality, paradoxically, you're only at a gain if you sell while it's up. So you're only at a loss if you sell when it's down, but you're only at a gain if you sell when it's up. And in reality, you're like, if you don't sell when it's up and it goes back down and you didn't take your gains, did you ever take any money at all? So taking money off the table, things that we're going to talk about in our crypto exit strategy, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. And thank you. Ant Host is right. Each one of you guys is in charge of your own finances and your own checkbook and your own possibilities in this market. So taking a position that you're comfortable taking. Taking a position you're comfortable taking. So you don't want to eat away your good night's sleep. You don't want to take away from your stress-free life. Take a position that you're comfortable in taking. That's important. That's a good question, Bill. Bill Gould wants to know if we will see Ripple XRP commercials in the Super Bowl. I think I wouldn't be surprised to see a Ripple Labs commercial, but I think more likely than that, we would see like a different company saying Like, we offer this service, like American Express, international bank card, no transaction fee, no overdraft fees, very low transaction fees or whatever, powered by Ripple Labs. I think that it's more likely we'll see a company that uses Ripple Labs, powered by Ripple Labs, and they'll probably run an advertisement marketing campaign focused on a new service, a service that they will offer built on top of the XRP ledger. That potentially is more likely, I think, because in reality, I think, just like Clara B said, their customers are not the masses, and people. I think sometimes I tell people like, yeah, XRP is going to be the base currency, and in reality, when I say that, and people are like, no, I'm never going to hold XRP. It's like, yeah, well, you're not. You're not going to hold XRP. You're probably going to hold some other token or centralized bank currency on top of XRP. XRP is just going to be like the one that you're using and you don't even know its name. You don't even know its name. So that's a good question, and it's hard to say. So that's good questions from the audience, and looking at possibly what can we expect moving forward, I don't know. We have another really interesting Monday, right? We have a lot of really good news. We have Netcoins Lists XRP in 21,000 stores. They call it Ripple, no big deal. SBI, I swear to you, there's some news out today about SBI doing something with a bunch of bank partners. A lot of good news. But still the price is slipping. And this is a very, very hard time to be in the market. There's not a lot of pairing from utility to price. It's a lot of speculative hype and momentum. And we keep talking about that. I think that's the most important thing for you to remember. Speculative hype and momentum equal price. So that's pretty much all we're going to do today. Looking at the news, covering what's happening. We came out a little bit late today. Thanks for being patient with me getting here. It was a good weekend, hopefully, for you all. We did our meme contest, our meme winners. You guys did a good job. Very strong memes. Nothing really more than possibly the opportunity of a 29-cent XRP. That's pretty exciting. And that's hard to say when the bottom will come. Will we see 28 cents today? I don't know. Will we bounce back up to 32 today? I don't know. It's hard to say for sure. The crypto market's still down, though. Crypto market's still down, and Bitcoin dominance is still up. So it looks like we're headed in the same direction, right? Market cap's at $208 billion. BTC dominance is up at 52.1% for the first time this year. And it is 28 cents right now. There you go. So 29.2 on CoinMarketCap. 29.2 on CoinMarketCap. To get your hopes up, watch the rise and rise of Bitcoin and how they handle downturns. Okay, I will. In order to get to know the group better, you can do interviews with regulars. Bill, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm excited about this. Bill Gould's idea sounds legit. Who wants to go first? Who wants to go first? Let's put your face on the screen. 28 was my prediction. 28. There you go. I'm pretty sure I called 28. I mean, all my videos are on my channel. Most of them from live streaming now. And I'm pretty sure I said 28 too. I'm pretty sure Crypto 77, you and I, and Nate D, and Robert, we're all calling 28 a while ago. Let's see if that actually holds. There it is. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hey-o.
Hey Kung Fu, can I borrow 10,000 XRP until after the bull run? Thanks, bro.
For sure, dude. No big deal. I can send it to you in 3 seconds. I'll send it right now. Thank you so much, Div3 La. Thank you so much for finding the news that I could not find. That's exactly what it was. It's kind of old. It's like 6 days old. But SBI holding partner China One Connect. That's what I was going to look at. Maybe it's a little older than I thought. It's 6 days old. But still, looking at this kind of news, really creating a lot of potential for people to think like, well, what's happening? SBI and their large fintech software as service platform in China wants to connect all these banks and financial institutions, But does that mean anything for XRP? Again, one of the questions that I think is being discussed, and potentially people deciding no, it doesn't right now support XRP, and that means that they're letting go of the position. It's hard to say. And we're getting some new calls here. I like this. Okay, let's check out these calls. First, let's thank G-Man again. Thank you, G-Man. I appreciate it. Hey, Kung Fu, can I borrow 10,000 XRP? Yes. Yes, you can. Let me know. Send me your address. Send me your addy, brah. Send me your addy. Renegade, thanks for sharing. What did Renegade share? The rise and rise of Bitcoin is like a Rocky movie? Okay, I'm watching it. 28 cents, 4 cents, 18 cents, 22 cents. 22 cents. Wow. 22 cents would be crazy. I thought 24 cents would be amazing. 24 cents, 22 cents. What do you guys think? 22 is our lowest? 18. I think we have an 18 up here. Yeah, 18 to 23. It will go to 18. All right. Well, let's see how low it goes. How low it goes. Should we do like a price call giveaway? Should we do a price call giveaway? Like if you can call the price, we'd have to do it a little more specific than just. We'd have to do it like down to the some of the sub drops. It'd have to be a sub drop price call because then we'd have too many people at one price call, etc., etc. If you guys want to, when this video posts, if you guys want to drop some prices. Maybe don't do it yet. Maybe don't do it. We'll figure out how to make a winner. We'll figure out how to make a winner before you guys give me your predictions. You have a limit buy waiting for 22 cents and 19 cents. That's really smart. Thank you so much, Clara B, for telling us your limits position. That's very smart. Very smart. So here we can talk about how smart Clara B is. Okay? Clara B, killing it. Why is she setting limits to buy? Because she's looking at the downward trend and she knows she wants to take a position in the market and she's giving herself an opportunity to jump in if it hits that. So you create this limit buy and then she can walk away. She created that limit buy and she walked away. Now she's just chilling. And if it does hit those price points that she's highlighted or she's spotted, then she gets in at that point. Very exciting, very smart. I like it. I like it. We're about to be even with XLM. Well, that's true, but they have half as many coins, so they have half as many circulating supply. So really, they should be double us. Yeah, I don't know. It's rough. It's rough. Don't worry about it. Don't look at XLM if it's bothering you. If it's bothering you, just don't look at XLM. Just don't look at it. Don't look at it. How many times do you check the price per day? I don't check it that often. I turn off all my notifications on my phone, so I don't have any notifications on my phone. I only look at my phone when I want to. The only notifications I have on my phone are price notifications. If a price of a certain coin goes below or above a certain position, it notifies me. Most of the time, I don't look at it at all. I really pretty much follow the Clara B approach. I look at the price only when I want to assess the market trend, and then I want to take a limit position. And then I make a limit, and I leave the market. That's about how it goes. All right, well, you guys are already setting up the schedule for the interviews. Are you guys sure that we're not going to step on CK's toes? Because doesn't he do all the interviews? Doesn't he do the interviews? Huh? You guys want me to interview you now? Okay. What apps you use? What apps you use? What apps do I use for what? What apps do I use for what? Yo, we should interview KFN Bill, Clara, and I. Okay. All right, well, that's about all we're going to do for the news. That's all we're going to do for the news. News is over. Crypto news completed. Ethereum under $300. That's crazy. XRP under 30 cents. That's crazy. Oh, Sebastian, you want to know what apps I use for notifications for coins? That's a good question, actually, and that's actually a good idea for a developer. If you guys want to make an app, make one that has notifications for all the coins or any coin I choose. I have to use a couple different apps to get notifications for different coins. So that's a good question. We can cover that in a video. We'll do it in depth. So no big deal. Happy to check in on Monday. So much good news. A lot of positivity in the air, I think. And the market's dropping. What else could you want? Possibly you might want to know how low it's going to go. Possibly you might want to know how low it's going to go, and that I can't tell you. That I don't know for myself, or else I would probably just hoard that information. No, I probably would tell you guys if I knew for sure. It's hard to say when the bottom is. I'm not sure. Looking at the good news around the market and what happens moving forward, I hope we see a little bit of a further drop, honestly, and then a low enough position to stay there long enough for everyone who wants to get in under 30 cents to get in, and then moon run, and we're off. So let's have a moment today to be prepared. A moment today to be prepared for this crypto exit strategy video that will be dropped later. It's going to be very, very, very detailed, very precise. And that's about it. That's all we're going to do. That's the news. That's the prices. Good stuff. Good times. Great oldies. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. It means a lot. I really do. I appreciate each and every one of you. Remember to do whatever you need to do today to prepare yourself for this next bull run. To prepare yourself for this next chaos moment. Because it's not going to be, if things are hectic right now, when we're in these low prices, it's not going to get any easier when we start bull running, okay? So prepare yourself, consolidate your efforts, refine some of your loose ends, if you will. That's all we're going to do. Appreciate each and every one of you a bunch. It means a lot. Farewell. Farewell. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button, click that like button, give me a thumbs up, show support, and that's it. It's over. It's over. Farewell. Have a great day. Until I see you next time. I know. Oh, we made it over.